How's it going, everyone? It's Kato Limited here, and today we are going to be doing a review for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch. And to be honest with you, this review is going to be a little bit different than how I usually do them, because I'm going to be talking about the Legend of Zelda series kind of as a whole, and it's less of a review and kind of more of my opinion of the series and stuff like that, because I don't really connect with this series much. I'm not a Legend of Zelda fan. I didn't grow up with the series. The Legend of Zelda games that I've played so far, other than one, I just really haven't enjoyed very much. I played Breath of the Wild, and I really didn't care for it. I didn't really get the hype. I think that it's a okay game, but I didn't think it was as fantastic as everyone else. I played Skyward Sword, and I also just didn't really like that game either. I just thought it was kind of okay. I played Wind Waker recently. I put 6 hours into Wind Waker. I do like that one. That one I think is really good so far, and I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to putting more time into it. But then I played this one, Link's Awakening, and I also just found the game to be okay. I don't really find many of the Zelda games to have that. I don't think they warrant the 10 out of 10 games that they get. However, it may just be for the simple fact that these games aren't really made for me. And you know what? That's okay. Not every game is made for everybody. This game just isn't my thing, really. The Legend of Zelda series isn't my thing. And honestly, after playing this one, I probably won't play anymore. At least not brand new or not for a hefty price, because I'm not a fan of them. I'm just not a fan of the Legend of Zelda games. So I'm probably going to try to avoid this series in the future for the most part, but I will talk about the ones that I own and the ones that I've played. So, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, you start off as Link and you awaken on a beach after a storm, and this entire island and everything is your playground, basically. You get to run around this entire island, and you have to collect musical instruments to awaken this sleeping fish thing. This sleeping fish is basically I guess it's like I don't know if I can say it without spoiling it, which I guess brings me to my next point. There's going to be spoilers in this video, because I want to talk about this game, because one of the things I don't like about this game is the story. So there's going to be spoilers in this video, so I want to throw that out there right now, so now I can say what it is. This fish basically is the reason why this island exists. It's dreaming of this island, and because it's dreaming of this island, the island is real, and Link is also asleep and dreaming, and they're connected, and the monsters that are in the world are like from Link's subconscious mind. It's weird, and honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it when they do the whole "it was all a dream." I don't like that. I've never been a fan of that, and it kind of took me out of it. And the ending was just really unsatisfying. It was probably the most unsatisfying ending I've ever had, because the whole game, I mean, they tell you from the beginning that this game is basically a dream. They tell you that. I expected it. I knew it, because they've said it over and over and over again. And I think they were trying to make it so you didn't get your hopes up. But the actual characters in this game, this is one of the things that the game did really well, actually. The characters are really likable. Marin is a super likable character. In fact, I like her more than Zelda. I wish Marin was real. I wish that she was like the real protagonist of the Legend of Zelda games, because she is 100% better than Zelda. I wish that, Zelda could be the make-believe dream character and Marin could be the real one, because Marin is so much more interesting, so much sweeter, just a way better done character, and I love Marin. Marin was awesome. And that's the thing with this game. That's why I said it's not a bad game. I don't think any of the Legend of Zelda games are bad. They're just not my thing. They're just not made for me personally, because I just don't like the storyline. I don't like the gameplay and stuff like that. But I really like the characters in this game. The characters are really fun and really good. I liked all the characters. Even the little animal village where you get to meet a bunch of talking animals and stuff like that. I liked all of them. I thought that the character writing was really good. It's just the actual main story that I just was not a fan of, because I just can't get behind the whole "this is all a dream" story. I just have never liked those. I always thought they were cheesy, and they kind of feel like they take all of the, any sort of danger immediately feels like it's gone, because it's a dream. So, it just doesn't do it for me. It feels like there's no real sense of danger, no real sense of urgency whenever it's a dream game. And I get that, you know, it's one of those things where if Link doesn't wake up, then, you know, he's gone forever. But at the same time, who cares? You know, Link is the least interesting character in this entire game, you know, because you have a lot more interesting characters like Marin, and you have a lot of other fun characters that you run into, so there's just no sense of urgency to really save the island. And this game, this is what the part of the gameplay that I don't really like about the Legend of Zelda games. It's a lot of just kind of running around aimlessly, trying to find things based off of hints, and it's a lot of just kind of wandering around and hoping you find what you need, going from one edge of the map to the other edge of the map, backtracking over and over and over again, going to dungeons, backtracking in the dungeons over and over and over again, solving puzzles. In the puzzles, I honestly I didn't care for the puzzles in this game, I'm sorry, but the puzzles just were not my thing. I didn't enjoy them. And I don't mind it when puzzles are in one room, but some of the puzzles were like spread out throughout the entire dungeon. There was like one big puzzle, and I was just like, okay, I really don't want to do this. Like, I have to figure out how to get a ball over all these gaps to break all the pillars in this one dungeon, and it's just like, I really don't care about this. This is just feels like it's there to pad out the timing for this game. So I wasn't a big fan of that, but it is what it is. The actual combat I did like. I like the combat and the boss fights I thought were pretty fun, so that's another part of this game that I did like, just mixed in with the parts of the game that I didn't like. And I guess that's the whole point of this game for me. That's the whole story of this game for me, is that this game is just a mixed bag for me. There's things that I like within the things that I didn't like. It's just a whole mixed bag, and I have such a weird mixed feeling about this game. I have mixed feelings about this game. I want to like it, and I just can't, because I don't like the gameplay in terms of the going and hunting around and backtracking for, you know, very specific items you need to get to certain areas of the map. I don't like backtracking. I don't like going to the same areas over and over and over again. I don't like the massive puzzles. I don't care about that stuff. But then I have the combat. The combat's enjoyable, and then I don't like the story, but the characters writing is actually really enjoyable too. I like the character writing, so it really is just a mixed bag for me. And I think the graphics are actually pretty good too. I like the graphics of the game. I like the music in the background. I think it all looks very bright, very colorful, very cutesy. The frame rate isn't great. It does dip every now and then, but it's nothing major. It's just like every now and then you'll notice a little bit of slowdown. It's kind of like, yeah, I wish that wasn't there, but it is what it is. So overall, I think most people will enjoy Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and if you're a Legend of Zelda fan, you need to pick it up, because for sure you're going to enjoy this game. If you are a Nintendo fan, you'll probably enjoy this game. I personally just don't. And the only thing I can say is that if you are like me and you have not really cared for Breath of the Wild, if you haven't really cared about, you know, the Skyward Sword games, if you haven't cared about those, you might not care about this one either. But for the most part, I'd say 99.9% of people will probably like this game. And that's 100% okay. I know I'm in the minority of this. I don't even think it's a bad game. It's just not my thing. There's just things about this game that I just can't get into. And that's just how Zelda games are. I'm not even going to say it's bad game design, because I don't think it's bad game design. It's a different type of game design that's just not made for me personally. And that is A-okay. I like the Dark Souls games. Those games aren't made for everyone. Not everyone likes those game designs. They're not poorly designed. They're just designed differently. Link, the Zelda games, they are not poorly designed. They're just designed differently. And I'm just not into the way that they are designed personally. And that's my review for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I think that, in my personal opinion, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But I think the majority of people will like this game. And for the majority of people, I think it will probably be a must-own. I don't think it's going to have a permanent place in my collection, if I'm being honest. But I'm glad I gave it a shot, because I still think that it was worth trying out. And it was probably worth playing through once, at least just to get the feel for it and see what it's like. I still think that this game is better than Skyward Sword, if that says anything. So I do think that this game is better than that. I think that this game isn't quite as good as Breath of the Wild, but it's still not bad, either way. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe button down below, and I'll talk to you in the next video. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.